One of the four elements always present in any negotiation is the relationship. The others are the substance of the negotiation, the process to be deployed, and time. You might not think that outside of a long-term business-to-business relationship that how you get along with the other party matters, but it does. How you analyse and understand the relationship, how you approach the other party during face-to-face meetings, and how others on your negotiating team appreciate your efforts at controlling the exchanges are all important. Without them, you're flying blind and you'll struggle against a negotiating partner that has a superior understanding of the relationship than you do. To understand relationships, you have to understand interests. What is it that the customer or supplier is looking for from the negotiation? What matters to them? Even though I frequently get salespeople complaining that their customer, usually the professional buyer, is only interested in price, this just isn't the case. Even if the lowest price is the top priority for the buyer, it's meaningless if the supplier is pressed so much that it is unable or unwilling to supply. So there are always at least several interests in play, all of which represent a potential source of value to them. Value to be gained or value that may be lost. One of the mistakes less able negotiators make is to treat all customers the same, perhaps as a market segment. Their training as marketeers or the advice they take from such marketeers encourages them to see customers within each market segment as the same. They look for commonality, not the potentially critical differences between them. And so using market segmentation is too broad brush a method for preparing for a negotiation. It doesn't tell you what your specific other party's attitude is towards timing, scarcity, and the myriad of other interests that may be in play. And if that broad brush approach is taken usually for convenience, then mistakes will be made, including too many misplaced assumptions about the other party's interests. In contrast, effective negotiators see the particular relationship as having a unique set of characteristics, and they are curious about how to uncover the interests that really matter. They understand power and leverage, and these inform their approach to the negotiation and how the relationship will be nurtured before and during negotiations. They seek to understand how the other party is doing in hitting key performance targets, like sales numbers if we're talking about suppliers, or savings if it's procurement they're negotiating with. They want to know the other party's long-term business strategy and whether our negotiator is going to play a part in that long-term future, or whether the negotiation is a one-off transaction. Moreover, competent negotiators allocate time for analysing the relationship. They recognise that a superior understanding of the relationship brings advantages during the negotiations, and even more importantly, they appreciate that success in negotiations often comes down to shaping the expectations of the other party in advance of the formal negotiation sessions. So, my advice is to make time to deeply understand the relationship circumstances you're faced with. Think about what type of relationship you and the other party wants, and then use your superior insight into the relationship and interests of both parties to strike better deals.